the recipe for healing potions. It is cooking after a fashion, not just because I made the recipe for healing potions based off the recipe for borscht, but they're standing next to the fire, sort of asking Ash to say can you hand me that one and that one?
Ash complies with your request, taking 2 fingers to select the item very carefully. He's quite large, and to pass it to you.
Y'all allergic to anything like roots and? I mean, it's mostly roots and other dried meats.
Thomas raises a hand.
Huh?
What's allergic?
Okay, out of character. Should I do have medicine proficiency. Should I roll to know if allergies are a thing?
No, allergies are definitely a thing. He's just an idiot.
Right. You ever eat something and your whole face swell up?
I think so.
What was it like? What was it?
I don't remember.
Well, let's stick away from no crayfish for you.
What's a crayfish?
Really? Y'all never had a crayfish boil?
No. And Lydia just shakes her head and puts her head in her hand and continues shaking her head, exasperated with her brother.
Where are y'all from? Actually, if you don't mind me asking.
They look at each other, look back at you. Where are you from?
Trasrevere.
You're from where?
Trasrevere. You know, near Innisford.
Near Innisford. Near Innisford is fucking nowhere is where near Innisford is. We're from fucking nowhere too, is where we're from.
Ah, does fucking nowhere got a name?
I don't actually recall where they're from. Hold on. We figured that out? Hold on.
I don't think we put a specific name on it, no.
Great! We're from Brackleburg. Brackleburg.
No, that is nowhere.
There, yeah. It's not even on any map. It's not even on our regional map. So, we're from fucking nowhere.
I see. What about you, Ash? Francois? Micah?
Ash points to the swamp.
Sensible.
Francois shrugs. He says, I just came to one day in the woods and found myself there, and then wandered into a town, got arrested for existing, and then yeah, that's where I'm from. The woods.
Scraptica then?
Maybe?
Good company. I'm from Scraptica, technically. How about you, Micah? Mountains? Darthax?
She nods.
My folks will be there soon, I think. Alright. I got a result of 22.
Very good. So it turns out edible. You're not proficient, but that does boost your progress in learning the half proficiency by 18%. So that's a pretty good push.
This ain't the best, but y'all eat up, and then we'll start distributing it to the rest of the folks around camp, yeah?
They nod.
It's essentially like a root and tuber stew. It is not poisonous. There is salt. That is it.
We've done our best to make this palatable. It's not good, but it's palatable.
It's nutritious. Ben is operating from like, I know this root is good for this, and this root is good for this, and this root is good for this. Do they taste good together? Not a clue.
Roll for taste.
Oh, are we actually?
No, I'm having Ben roll for the taste.
Okay, like just roll a d20.
Roll any die and we'll see. Oh,
Okay,
pick a die, roll
let's
it.
do 1d100.
Okay. 1d100 is a good die. I heard that.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Big 10. So if we're going in, if we're going by D&D rules, it's awful. If we're going by low is good, which we've done a lot of before in the past, Lee, that's great. So we're gonna go with, it's probably good for some people and probably not too great for others. Ash, for example, if he could scrunch his face up any more, he would be. So he decides to take his bowl, drink the entire contents, opening his big scaldy trap and just dumping it in, swallow, and be done with it.
Fair enough.
It's just like there's
Well-
no meat here.
He chews, and then he
Regrets it.
he puts his fingers in his mouth and pulls a tooth loose and passes it to you, Lee, Ben, and he says, "For you."
Thanks.
You did it.
I can't tell if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Is this a Skaldian thing that I would know about, or
No, it's not a skull. No, not really.
At least
Fair
grow back,
enough.
right?
Yeah, his teeth will grow back. Yeah.
All right, then let's get to distributing. Maybe one of the wizards can change the flavor of it.
So you guys will you and your squad will distribute the food. I'm not going to move 5 tokens around the map to do that.
I'll do it.
You can do it though. And I think our newest addition does need me to give them control of their squaddies, so I will be doing that because I think I forgot to.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Okay.
And whoever would like to go next may go next.
do we? So, we've got food coming. Do we have any ale?
Yes, I have the ale. I was gonna actually start doing that too.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nice.
Edelweiss instructs the two brothers to help and leave Jaskier and Rolly.
The Braden
Jaskier's hurt.
and Brendan
Yes.
brothers to to start passing out ale. All right. Braden and Brendan, they certainly look like brothers. So they start passing out the ale. One of them's got the cask on his shoulder. The other one, is opening the tap to fill a copper mug and passes that out. I think that's all 5 of them. One. Nope, I missed one. I have 25 of these NPCs to manage. Please forgive me for that. There's so many of them. So, okay, that's all done. All right. So, Ed's squad is distributing ale while Ben's squad is distributing food. It looks like the nutritional and water requirements of the night are taken care of.
I proceed to go look for the captain.
Captain's over here.
Okay, let's see where you're pinging at. Oh gosh, I must be zoomed in too much.
Mouse wheel back.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I see.
Zooms you out. Mouse wheel forward zooms you in. You can also use page up and page down to zoom in and out.
Yeah. So the captain is which one again?
The one in the fancy armor and the gold border.
Right there. Okay. There we go. greet her. It's like, well, luckily we caught up with you folks. Hopefully your escape from Delta has gone well so far.
As well as can be said, with most of the battalion destroyed and the rest of it missing.
I noticed that camp is kind of sparse around here.
Certainly is. We're making do.
Any particular spot you would prefer that we pitch our tents?
Just on this patch of land. Don't put anything up over in that direction. And she points to her left, which is the bottom, towards the bottom of the map. And don't go too far past the other tents towards the north.
Okay. So then. So then, kind of between Bear Squad and the squad next to them would be a good spot.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. So, anything we can do to help out? Anything that the group needs?
Well, right now, we are getting some rest in. They have just fought a battle, so you could have your troopers on a rotation just to keep an eye out. Let your mage rest, but put your troopers on a walkabout just to keep camp security. And then have Mordecai's scouts pick up in about 4 hours.
We can easily do that. Seems like an easy enough task.
It better be, Sergeant.
Meanwhile, did our dear quartermaster survive?
She points at Luther.
I don't know how long I've been muted. I'm stupid.
Okay. Yeah. At some point near future, I probably need to visit with him and get an idea of if we need to be looking for out while we're keeping watch. If we need to be thinking about looking for supplies or things of that sort.
She says, the supply end of things is handled by Mordecai's scouts. Don't worry about that. If you do find something when we're moving along, absolutely grab it, because most civilians in the area should have already left. If you do come across civilians, though, take them into custody.
Understood. Okay. Well, then I'll return to my my squad, and we will start setting up camp. And let us know if you need anything. And once we get stuff set up, we'll send some folks out to make the rounds.
All right, good. Dismissed, she says. Can I help you out of ice?
For a second, I didn't.
You can cut yourself off with your muting of yourself.
I don't know why mine there. It's flickering between nothing and I don't know.
Okay.
What I was trying to do before everything lagged was distribute the wine cask that I'd retrieved to the captain.
So you want to pass that to her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm finally on. There we go.
Okay, so she'll say, a little too close.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And Sakutai also moves and hops over the campfire and is like, nope. He actually goes over here in the dark for a minute.
I just absolutely terrified a child.
He's like a teenager too.
Well, I've been referring to all these teenagers as childs.
They are children. So the captain says, What's in the barrel? What
It
is
just
that?
says, this one, I remember you mentioning that you were almost out of wine.
I believe I mentioned I would like some wine, but
Yes.
I
Oh,
appreciate that if that is what that is.
yes. I also wish to talk to Mr. Luther here.
Well, I'm not stopping you.
Yes. It's too close again. I'm used to grid maps. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't turn the grid on for this one because
Yes.
it's a social scene, so.
Yes,
Ed's
it's
not a
making
fan of
me
personal
seem.
space.
Zed's a violator of personal space. The worst.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Edelweiss is, not Zed.
You're not. You're not wrong.
Now, to break up the awkwardness there a bit, how do I summon campfire?
I summon campfire. And what we'll do is we'll just change the animation type to torch. And that should give you just a nice little glowy spot right there.
Thank you.
It's a fire.
Yeah.
Don't burn down the tree.
Okay, so you want to speak to Luther, and Luther sees you approach and says, no, you're not going to get that close. Stay right there. That's perfect. Right there. Yeah. What do you want? What do you want?
I was hoping to trade in one of my axes for something a bit heavier, because I know I can't keep them both.
Okay. What are you thinking then? Are you thinking glaive? Are you thinking halberd? Are you thinking great axe? What's your thing? What's your thing?
I guess I'm fine with anything, but she gives.
Oh, you're super helpful. And he just walks away.
I was still talking.
Yeah, he just walks away. And he's going over this way, where he usually is hanging out during the daytime, and he goes into some
I was
boxes.
going to say, it's like, I'd like a glaive.
Yeah, he walked away well before you said I'd like a glaive, and he's rooting around in some boxes, and he's like, how about this? And he's got a halberd, and he's holding it over his head.
It's like, that would be good.
Okay, he gives you a halberd, and then he leaves.
Yes, oh, and
I did not get what I wanted.
no, that's fine. It's either or, glaive or halberd.
Halberds are good too.
More reach.
Now you have halberd.
Yes, and do the children get ale as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was gonna say, it's like, if they would want something other than ale, I do have tea now.
So, like many medieval ales, it is very weak. Even like your regular drinking wine is also very weak. You're not getting drunk off that without some serious devotion to getting drunk off that. Like, you have to be drinking all day, constantly, never letting your cup dry to get drunk off that shit. The stuff that gets you drunk in this sort of time period is hard liquor, or wines and beers specifically made for that purpose, that are
Not just for sanitary water.
right, and that are and they are expensive.
Well, I did also steal some of that, but these children are not getting that.
You did, yes. I think you grabbed like a crate of like Zenora blush or something like that, and you just gave it to the captain. That's not like a barrel of wine. That's like several bottles of wine. It's like a crate with a bunch of bottles in it. And you can see that she and Luther are going through the box right now and are just kind of like, oh, that's good. You know, this one's a good year. This one we can just like water down, and you know that they're trying to figure out what to do with that stuff. So
Yes.
Luther says to Micah, "Fuck off," and then he turns back to the captain.
Micah's just like, here's the fucking Stew,
Yeah, he takes
do you
it.
not eat?
He does. He's like, I do, but fuck off right now.
He
Michael will
wants
give the
booze.
stew, hand another one for the captain, and then leave.
Oh, so I just went and gave the captain a little bit of the harder shit.
Yeah.
So that was smart.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure she's not that reckless. She'd drink a lot.
Are you just musing that out loud, or are you? Is
No,
that in, is
I'm
that in
actually not in
character?
character.
Okay. Okay. Any other role play we're doing here right now? What's going on?
Ben. It says like you can grow seeds, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna zoom in on this conversation.
Well, I do have these, and she pulls out like a little sack, a little small sack, like little leather thing, and she just opens it up, and you see that there is like stems and seeds here,
Hmm.
and it's just like you might recognize the plant considering what you were just what we said out of character.
I was gonna say, like, can I make a nature check on these
Sure.
seedlings?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would my background and experience perhaps lend to advantage?
Sure. I'll give you advantage for it. Why not?
24.
So these are Kushfire hemp seeds.
Where do you get these?
Hold on. You
I've-
also
Okay.
know about these in particular that they are a particularly nasty variant of hemp, in that they also grow as a thorny vine, and they spread uncontrollably, and they're a very big nuisance sometimes. So they require a lot of devoted cultivation.
Oh, these are an invasive species?
Yeah,
Lovely.
they're
Okay.
like they're horrific. They really only grow in the Kushfire region, and outside of that, people cut them like those rosewood brambles that are fucking everywhere.
Micah, where'd you get these?
That's Edelweiss. That's not
That's right.
Micah.
True, that's right. Edelweiss, where'd you get these?
I mean, I've kind of had them with me.
Where'd you get them originally?
Sorath. I bought them there.
Sorath is not far from the Kushfire region. It's right next to it.
Fucking city folk. Goddamn Kushfire. Fucking... Man. Alright, this is your property, so I'm not going to tell you what to do with it, except I absolutely am going to tell you what to do with it. If you plant these, I am ripping them out root and stem and freezing them and salting the earth they came under. You understand me?
I mean, I didn't plan on leaving them behind.
Alright.
Sci-Fi has a yikes face.
I just don't drink. I prefer to smoke my troubles away.
Alright. But you understand that this plant can decimate both the Weeping Myers ecosystem, Scaraptica's ecosystem. Like, we do not want these cultivated. You understand?
I mean, I will personally burn it, the rest of the plant, once I've picked what I've wanted.
Alright. In which case, then we'll take one of the plants. If you promise not to plant any of these in any viable soil, I will bloom one of them for you when we got time. And he'll use Druidcraft to cause the plant to sort of... Druidcraft, you can like kickstart one stage of development, so you can make a seed bloom, or a seed pod open, or a blossom bloom, or stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'll take one of the slightly more developed ones and grow it into something usable.
Sure, yeah. Easy enough. You go ahead and do that. Your magic, very low grade magic, barely registers on your senses, Alethana, because you're standing right there, and it begins to bloom the plant very quickly. The flower opens, little pollen spray, and then it gets a little too old and starts to dry and twist. It also starts to grow a nasty ass vine trying to crawl up your arm, Ben.
Man.
Yeah. Can get Edelweiss grab the vine and take the
Yeah.
damage instead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you take 4 points of piercing damage, Edelweiss, as you kind of grab the vine.
Yeah, usually they just arrive as the already collected herb.
Well, I have to be careful when cultivating these. And also, I am reasonably familiar with what these things do. You gonna be good to march tomorrow? Or in the middle of the night if we gotta?
I mean, it doesn't get me that stoned. I'm just a little bit. I've been smoking this for a while. I'm not
Alright.
out of commission.
Then we'll carefully and gingerly slice the thorny vine, away from the rest of the plant, and place a hand on Edelweiss to cure wounds.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I kind of did this to myself.
We're in the middle of a swamp. If you get infected, it's my problem.
That is true.
Alright.
I also actually kind of wanted to apologize for being rather reckless yesterday.
Well, I'd like to apologize for being my mother.
Well, that's never a bad thing. It's called caring for others.
Yeah, well. I don't know what it is. I've never been in the military before. Something just happens when I'm on a battlefield and I just start telling people what to do. It's kind of embarrassing, honestly.
Well, it was helpful when it was raining and you kept our things from getting eaten by acid.
Can I hear this? Sorry.
You can make a perception check.
Yeah.
You definitely saw Edelweiss get wrapped with a fucking vine, probably.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can.
You hear everything.
Yeah, dude. You get everything, man. You
I hear
have
the voices and all.
You hear the voices. You hear the voice of God narrating what's happening. You
You hear
know.
Edelweiss's voices. That's a bad joke.
Okay. I'm gonna wander over here hearing Ben talk about his role in the battle. If you don't mind, I'll interject and say, Ben, you did save half of my crew during this fight.
Well, that's my job, ain't it?
Well, you've honestly got my sincere gratitude, and if there's ever anything I can do to repay it, well, you've got I've got your back.
I'll keep that in mind.
Mordecai's a little antisocial, so he probably looks awkward as hell saying any of this.
Just to clarify, because I'm sorry, I still sometimes get Mordecai and Connor mixed up. Mordecai's the one with the book, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Yeah, in which case I think Ben will say, actually, I did have something I wanted to ask your opinion on.
By all means.
If you mind, it's a bit of a private matter. Sorry, Edelweiss.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will give you time to speak.
No, it's all right.
And
Enjoy your...
well, I'm trying to move Alathana's character.
Safashai, Your Highness, both of y'all enjoy the food. Sorry about the taste.
Shy waves her hands over the bowl and says, "Not a problem."
Oh, you can do that thing where you make stuff taste better?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought
Mordecai
that
is um, doing his best not to look over where Crow is happily dining on the food.
It's just full on dog face and bowl. You're afraid he's eating too fast. He's gonna choke. And the Shogun is like, he just shrugs and he eats it. He sits down.
But yeah, Ben will come over here, basically. Actually, no, like over here, even.
All right. Mordecai follows.
You seem like you got a reasonable head on your shoulders.
Might want to speak up a little bit, Lee.
Sorry. You seem like you got a reasonable head on your shoulders, yeah.
I lived in the wilderness for years. I don't know what that does to a mind beyond what I can perceive with my own.
Well, I hope it does good things, 'cause I have too. But I'll note, that it doesn't do great things for your ability to lie.
Mordecai kind of stiffens up at this. What lies?
I don't know exactly. And I'm not trying to say this is an ultimatum or anything. But why were you really trying to get the captain to avoid the main road? Because it wasn't what you said.
Sorry.
Mordecai's gonna think this over for a moment. If a man knew that something was going to happen, something bad, but that if he was too open with it, that it could get him hung, strung up, or worse, should he still go through with trying to prevent this thing?
You're saying you can see the future?
No, I can't. I can, this won't make much sense, but I can cause the future. I can't explain any more than that, unfortunately.
I don't think you need to, actually. My mom, when she taught me about, well, my mom and my dad, actually, they taught me about nature and caring for it.
Speak up again, Lee. Sorry, you
Sorry.
keep dropping down, and I know it's for dramatic
mom-
effect, but
And my dad, they taught me about caring for nature. They taught me about, actually, they used almost the exact words you did, causing the future. Everything we do has an impact, and everything we do has an impact much longer than we think. And so you have to know precisely what impact your actions are going to have before you do them. So I would say, to answer your question, if you knew something bad was going to happen, you should do what you can to prevent it. However, being afraid of your compatriots, being afraid that we're going to hang you, that's not conducive to any kind of trust. And I'd like to trust you. You think I'm not scared? I've got the fucking review with the captain and the commander. It's still coming up because apparently I've been hiding my magical abilities.
Mordecai, go ahead.
But I ain't being quiet about it. I'm trying to be useful about it. You get me?
I suppose if you wanted to turn me in, it wouldn't really make much sense, since you have your own reasons not to bring too much attention to yourself, don't you?
I suppose it wouldn't make much sense because you're good with a bow, and we're traveling, skirting the edge of a demon army. And so long as you are not explicitly betraying us to said demons, then I really don't want to lose you.
Mordecai's actually not good with a bow. He's good with knives,
Right,
throwing
sorry.
knives. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good with knives. You're good
He's
at
terrible with
shooting,
the bow.
throwing.
He's god awful with a bow. How they put him in charge of a scout legion, who knows? But um, he reaches down to a pouch at his side,
Oh, no.
and
My computer crashed.
Oh no! Wait, can you
Okay,
still
it
hear us?
recovered. It recovered.
Oh, okay.
It blue screened for a second.
He's gonna pull out the bag and pull out a black. Actually, no. It's got a particular kind of skin on it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. It's seems to be some kind of pink leather book out of his bag, and he looks at it for a moment before gingerly handing it to Ben.
Ben will.
Mordecai,
Take
make
it.
a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Oh shit! Oh shit!
oh no.
Oh god! No! No! Oh hell!
Okay. As you pass it to Ben, you hear the presence in the book screech in your mind.
Oh shit! I hand it over all the quicker for it and kind of shake my head for a moment. And I watch the book like a hawk, though, as if I mean to seize it back at any moment.
Ben will look at you. Look at the book. Does it require some kind of nature check or survival to ascertain the kind of leather here?
That would be more of a survival check. I mean, if you had Tanner's proficiency, that'd be you'd know immediately. But
I'll go for just a normal survival check. 17.
17's pretty good. This book is backed in human leather.
All right. Ben will turn it around. Are there any symbols or writings or
Make a perception check. What languages do you read?
Common, High Kruic, Elkager, Scaldi, and Arcane Kruic.
No, you cannot read the runes on the spine.
What do these runes say?
I wrote it down somewhere. Do you mind if I ask what the runes say again?
It just has the name that you learned the other day.
Oh, that's on the... Okay,
That's on the spine.
I see. It says Catrexia. I think that's the spirit that inhabits that book. Whatever you do, don't open it up.
Really wasn't going to after I realized it was bound in human leather. So
At this
I know
point,
that.
I can't stop myself from opening it up. It's like a hunger.
well, that's worrying. You said cause the future. How does this book cause the future?
Whenever I read the book, I usually can't read all of it, or much of it, in fact. But when I do, it's in demonic, you see, and sometimes I just can understand it. When I do, the thing I understand is going to happen. I've caused this thing to happen. It told me that we were going to be attacked on the way to the fortress. And that's why I was trying to get us to potentially change our direction.
But we weren't attacked.
We were.
Well, not ambushed, not attacked. We saw them coming.
That is a blessing.
So now this
But-
gets into some philosophy that I was never any good at.
You understand, though, right? When I caused that. If it weren't
I
for me,
really
we wouldn't
actually
have been
don't
attacked.
think that's how that worked at all. Creating the future is a lot harder than seeing the future. When you're talking outside the realm of simple causality. How do you know this book is always telling the truth? How do you know this book ain't just, I don't know,
Because
saying an incredibly likely thing that's gonna happen?
it hasn't failed yet. It predicted this war. I caused
Predicted
this
this
war.
war like 20 years ago? How many years has it been?
This was fairly recent, right? Like,
Within the past, like 5 years, I would say.
yeah. Only some few years ago, I read that this war would happen, and it did.
When did Ansai fall?
1036.
So this was before Ansai fell? You had this book since before 1036?
No, Mordecai, you would have been what? 10, 15?
Something like that. Yeah. Let me see. I think
Demons-
my Mordecai should be about 27 at this point.
Yeah, then he would have been that was almost 10 years ago. So.
Yeah.
Shogun there would tell you the demons have been a problem much longer than 10 years, much longer than you've had this book. You didn't cause this war.
No. I read it, and it happened. It's my fault. I'm the reason everyone's dying.
All right.
I don't want to interrupt, but I want to pull a Mordecai and says, "Can Edelweiss hear any of this?"
I'm pretty sure they're being hush-hush over there. That's the point of why they're being over there. So
I am, yeah.
if they're being stealthy about their conversation, then I'm going to say based on distance alone, you cannot hear them. You're over 40 feet away.
I am too busy paying attention to the kitty person.
Yes.
I'd like to make an insight check against Mordecai.
Sure, make an insight check.
Namely,
And Mordecai, make a private roll for me.
Okay.
Whichever one you prefer or feels
Alright.
correct for the situation for you. I hope you beat a
Well-
28.
Oh God. Well, hell. No.
All right. You don't have to spill the deets over voice, but you do have to spill the deets of what Lee sees to me and to Ben. What
I think
Ben
Okay.
sees.
specifically what Ben is looking when Mordecai. This all smacks of guilt. Ben's trying to figure out the source of that guilt and that sort of like, yeah, why is Mordecai taking all of this onto himself?
Okay. Should I just like message you guys or?
Yeah, that works. Or if you
Yeah,
also need
okay.
some of my input, that would probably be the best way.
Okay. Um, just a moment.
While you guys are doing that, we're gonna cut over to the only person who hasn't had a moment yet, Connor. You and your guys and your gal had a bully of a day yesterday.
It's been 47 years.
I know, man. I'm sorry. We're getting there. We're getting there. Trying to hit everybody. You know, I didn't forget about you. What are you and your squatties doing?
You know, I had all this time to think, and I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. It's alright.
Playing cards.
I was literally about to say that you took the words out of my mouth.
I'm sorry.
Because earlier I found out that Lewis likes playing cards.
He certainly does. He very much likes the one of the war games for the cards. Let me see. Hold on. I always forget what this is. It is because both games have very similar names. He prefers War of North and South, but a lot of people prefer Wheel of War because it's more complicated.
My character doesn't know either of them.
Right, because you're not proficient in playing cards. So he's got a set, and he says, "Listen, War of North and South you can play with one deck. I'll show you how to play, Sergeant. You'll have a lot of fun." And he divides the deck.
Trust that.
And he divides the deck, shuffles those halves of the deck, and then passes you the second half. So this is basically just the game War. The suits are swords, axes, maces, and spears.
I have no idea what war is either.
Okay, so in a game of War with playing cards, you divide the deck in half. You shuffle, divide the deck in half. Each person has a half. You flip the top card over, and then the value of the card determines whether or not you win that hand. So if you have a 2 in certain rules of the game, and if you're using certain rules of the game, you will only ever beat an ace with that 2, but everything else will beat your 2, right? Does that make sense? So that's how that's basically how this game is played. It's just
You're telling me the ace isn't the highest? Gasp.
yeah, ace is the highest because it can beat everything but a 2. A 2 beats the ace. So that's an optional rule. That optional rule is also in this game. The cards are numbered 1 through 11, or 1 through 10, and then 11, 12, and 13 are the the 10, 11, 12, and 13 are Baron. No, 11, 12, and 13 are the Baron, Count, and the Duke, and the last card, which would be the Ace, is the God. So the Sword God, the Axe God, the Mace God, the Spear God, the Baron, the Sword Baron, etc., etc. So you guys play a game. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence check.
Yep.
Let's go.
This is going to be against Trooper Louis.
You knocked over my dice.
And you crush him in this game. He says, "Damn, Sergeant, I didn't even think that you were going to be good at this, and it's a random draw game. You quite lucky, sir."
That is, unironically, my whole shtick.
Oh, well. Maybe you're more suited to the more complicated game, Wheel of War.
I'll give it a go. I do not see why not.
Well, the only reason why not, sir, is that we don't have another deck to play with. You need at least 2.
Oh, we need another deck.
Yeah, therein lies the rub, sir. You are all the way over there, Edelweiss.
No, I was gonna ask out of character. Doesn't Braden and Brendan have a deck too?
They might, but they're all the way over here.
Yes.
That is a shame. Well, does anyone else want to have a go?
Elise raises her hand.
Ah, wunderbar. Let's do winner plays on. How about that?
She'll nod. Sure thing.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked because this person's way too lucky.
Oh, Elise is a lucky person. Go
I
ahead
got
and
this.
do
I
this.
got this.
You gotta beat a 19.
I got this. Watch this. I beat it by 1.
You barely beat her. This game goes on and on and on, and it looks like she's gonna get you, and then suddenly the cards turn in your favor,
Uno.
and it's over.
Ah, mein Gott, das schon wei. Wunderbar. That was great.
She
We
nods.
Both
You-
incredibly lucky, aren't we?
You're a tough opponent, sir.
Yes, I meant to do that. She's sweating.
I
I'll be like, well, you did great as well. Who's next? Quill.
He kind of goes, no. I've seen your luck, sir. I'm not about to get myself punished for playing you.
Well, Mike, you got bigger balls than Quill?
And Quill just looks at you and goes, all right, fine, we'll play. And he'll roll. Beat a
I
5.
basically-
You crush him. He says, see, this is why I didn't want to play. I knew this would happen.
Well, it's... Damn, my luck is way too good. Jeez.
Mike's down. And, unless you roll a natural 1, I think you also trash Mike.
I got this natural 1.
Nope, you trash him. And Elisa's like, it seems like I'm the only one that can hold themselves against the sergeant. And Louis says, all right, girl, rake us over the coals. That's fine.
Well, it appears I have beginner's luck on my side.
That's all right, Sergeant, Louis says. You hang on to that beginner's luck as long as you got it. You never know when we might need some of that beginner's luck. You know what I mean?
Ah, well, you've seen it in battle already.
I haven't seen too much other than the whole pushing of pitcher over there, but you know, glad I don't have to mix it up if I don't have to mix it up.
Well put. Well put indeed.
Because we're mixing it up, we're fucked.
Even better put. I cannot agree more. But I'm sure we'll all be fine.
It's like, oh, fuck, you said it now. Now we're all gonna die. See? Quill, what did I say?
no.
This is the kind of thing a new sergeant always gets up to. He always says something like, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure all of you survive. And the next thing you know, your guts are hanging out and we're all dead.
Lady Luck is always smiling upon me, my friend.
Respectfully, Sergeant, shut your mouth.
I can prove it. I can prove it right now.
Oh, okay. What is this magic mumbo jumbo you're messing
Well,
with?
every night I have to re-roll my divination dice.
You certainly do.
And I got a natural 20 brewing.
You got a natural 20 brewing? No, that was
Yeah,
from the last battle.
Oh, I just never used it though.
You did use it, and
Oh, I did?
yeah, you used them in the
Let me delete it. There we go.
yeah, you
delete
used the 20. You didn't use the 8.
And I can use that for his roll.
You can. So he says, "All right, how are you gonna prove it?"
Quite simple. I bet you I can manipulate your deck there to make you draw low no matter what.
Okay. It's in my hands. The only manipulating that's happening is right here. And he goes to
Well,
shuffle his
watch.
deck. Says you said low no matter what.
Low no matter what.
So he
As you
starts.
shuffle, aces shoot out.
So he starts drawing the cards, and let's see what he gets here.
Oh, look at that. It's very low of you.
Yeah, I had you
You-
selected, but he rolls a 3, and he's like, "All right, this shit's weird. I don't like it."
Try it again. And then his eyes are gonna glow for a second. Everyone will notice, and he'll draw low.
So there's a version of events where he pulls a 12, and he says, "Ha! You're not always correct there, sir."
What do you mean? That's clearly a 3.
And he looks down, and it's a 3. He's like, "I could have sworn."
Oh no, you were right.
That's weird. I don't. That's real weird. That ain't natural.
I told you. He smiles. Lucky.
Connor, I want you to make an Arcana check.
Oh boy. Saying, well, how lucky I'm expert in that.
Yay.
19's pretty good. Suddenly you feel something like you're being watched. Through some kind of magical means or something of that nature. You began feeling that as soon as you had manipulated the deck, as soon as you had twisted fate.
Huh.
And as you kind of zoom to lock in on that feeling, because you become aware of it, you see in your mind's eye a pair of emerald eyes looking at you.
Scheiße.
Green, powerfully green eyes, just watching you.
Those eyes remind me of someone. Or something.
It is oddly familiar.
I kind of just stare, and I go, seems someone is gazing at me. I wish it was through romantical means of flattery, but I think it's more potent.
Louis says, "What the fuck, sir?"
No, you don't feel the gaze? He'll point out where the eyes are coming from, but I'm guessing.
They're fully in your mind's senses, so it's
He's just like he's putting his hand on his head and goes, no, it's just you mess with the fabric of. I don't even know how you would describe it. Is it the weave or is it the fabric of?
There's no weave. So you're when you use your magic, you're using your natural wellspring energy, right? Because that's how it works in Valgast is you have a certain amount of wellspring energy that you can tap. That's what makes you a more powerful mage than other mages. For example, you have a bigger availability of it. And that means you can use more powerful magic than other mages. The senses that you have for magic come from your natural inborn ability to do magic. So, Elise, Mike, Quill, none of them have the ability to do magic. They have no idea what any of these preternatural senses feel like.
1 second, my friends. 1 second.
So when you manipulate your magic to change an outcome. You're using your magic in a way that is not the normal way it's used. Go ahead and make a history check.
Oh boy.
This is,
I'm not proficient in that.
this is a very high DC. Okay, so you know there's no, like, god or anything, or, like, supernatural being of fate whose attention you could have drawn with that. So what you think it is some mage who is in the vicinity, probably not, like, nearby, but someone who's very sensitive was able to feel what you did and looked at you.
Can I try and roll an Arcana to either force them out or force myself to see them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh boy, let's do this.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
A Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
A wizard.
Yeah. Okay.
The one time I roll low.
Okay. So, you reach out with your senses and to try to find whoever that was, and your awareness is moving, and you get to some kind of barrier, and then you feel right before you pass out, you feel like you have been crushed by a tidal wave of power. Whatever it is that was looking at you is so incredibly powerful that it overloaded your magical senses and you have lost consciousness.
As he's like starting to fall unconscious, before he falls unconscious, he just says, "Huh. Well, looks like I fucked up," and then he'll just go
You just
down into the dirt.
yeah, you just hit the ground, you're out.
Now, is this enough disturbance and the energy flows around that Proxia would notice?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. It's possible that you noticed.
Let me find that. My first time getting to roll anything here.
Yep. We'll get to everybody.
Yeah.
Ben, you roll as well.
Ben can feel over there.
Yes.
Dang, big presence.
Okay, so with that 15, Praxia, you are terrified. Whatever that was could destroy you all from a great distance without even trying. Ben, you're like, wow, there's something powerful over there that just hit Connor, and Connor's probably down. He's probably unconscious now.
Fucking shit.
Yep.
Now, could I use like insight or history or something to get an idea of what that might have been?
Sure, yeah. You can make a history check. This is an incredibly high DC. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Alethana rolls a natural 20.
Nope.
Darn, I fucked it.
See?
It would have been a natural 19 if I hadn't said something.
See?
Yeah.
Don't mess with
Oh,
the
it's
dice
like-
when you're in the middle of, when somebody's in the middle of rolling. Just hold your breath.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't know.
No, unfortunately, you're not really well versed on this country's mages yet. But you are afraid that maybe that was a demon that noticed.
A big guy.
Slyfashai says, whatever that was, that's bad.
I think if Ben's gonna finish like looking through Mordecai's soul and say, "All right, someone just collapsed, so I gotta make this quick."
Meanwhile, you hear Luther piping up real loud over here, but you finish your thing.
Yeah, this book is probably fucking lying to you. So, like, if it starts saying some shit, tell me about it, all right? And we'll work on it together.
Fair enough.
All right, now I gotta go see what the fuck happened. And then we'll start running to see who's injured and who needs treatment.
Luther's walking around in the dark saying, "Who the fuck is spell slinging? Who's doing that shit? I'm gonna crack your skull open. You fucking... It wasn't you? No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. No." And he's just in a rage, wandering around. We were gonna come get you, but then Luther started walking by. This is Elise. Luther started walking by, and he's real scary when he's mad, and I didn't want to move. He just collapsed.
Ah, motherfucker. All right, I'm gonna take a look at him and check him over for injuries and see what's what.
Interestingly enough, Esmond's like, what's going on, guys?
I'm also like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. Because you have no unnatural senses. Luther comes up while this is happening. Oh, what the? Of course. Okay. You know how you're gonna wake him up, right?
I'll try. I guess, yeah. Should I make a medicine check to see what's going on with him?
Well, try slapping him first. Luther says.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes. Like in character, Ben will sort of like gently shake Connor, manipulate one of his hands, standard thing, try and get him to wake up.
Okay. Make your medicine check. Luther says, "I'm gonna go tell the captain," and he growls.
15.
Okay. Yeah, you get him up. You have to pull the smelling salts out, but you wake him up.
Ben produces one of those horrific stink flower seed pods that we've gathered from the swamp and blooms it under his nose. Yeah, well, that's what you get.
What do you mean that's what I get?
What the hell happened? I'm a terrible mage, and I'm not a mage, no one. And I felt bad. What the hell did you do?
What did I do? I was just... He just like looks away slightly. I was conniving to myself, pondering why I'm naturally lucky, and suddenly I had a power nap.
Anyone ever tell you that shit ain't free?
What do you mean shit ain't free?
Luck? It ain't a
Luck?
thing.
What do you mean? This is
Means
my
if you're doing something to be
Whoa,
lucky,
whoa, whoa.
someone else ain't lucky.
First,
Sometimes
calm
it's you.
down there. Listen, before you start slinging these words towards me without knowing what's going on, this is just my natural gift. This isn't me doing anything beyond the mortal comprehension.
Having felt the reaction, etc., and knowing there was something extremely powerful, and having just observed our friend getting woken back up from passing out, and he's saying he just took a power nap, but he's preternaturally lucky. Does that give me an insight check into like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah, you can make an insight check if you'd like.
And
are you making
it
it
possibly-
specifically against Connor and what he's saying, or are you trying to find something else out?
I will do against what he's saying first, because I don't think he just took power.
Okay. Yeah, Connor, go ahead and roll me a deception check.
What? It ain't a deception, see?
You don't think he's lying, but you do think that it was more than just a power nap.
Okay, so now I can try the insight check to figure out what may be going on here, given that he commenting about his luck and such.
Yeah. You can use that skill for that. Yeah.
Oof.
I can't roll with the flip.
Beyond your ken at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Back to your argument, Connor and Ben.
You see, you must understand, ever since I was a wee lad, although 35 years ago or so, I was always able to do this. This isn't anything special.
Ever since I was a wee lad, I could talk to birds. And you know what? That doesn't stop the birds from getting pissed off when you promise them berries and you don't have the berries to pay up.
Well, you
Shit
see,
ain't
well,
free.
my apologies that you were so foolish to promise something that you couldn't give. But you see, my powers don't come with a IOU.
All powers do.
Maybe you don't know what you're talking about.
No, you.
Have you ever considered maybe you talk too much?
Actually, I have. My mom tells me that all the time.
Your
But-
mother is a smart woman.
What I'm saying is. Never mind. You're not going to listen to it anyways.
Oh no, I am willing to listen. I am one that seeks knowledge. It's just if your knowledge is false, I'll tell you to your face you're an idiot.
I'd recommend when you're. I've seen you do it before. Bend in probability, as it were. When you
You can
bend
say that.
something, it wants to bend back.
First of all, I don't think reality and my probability of me bending things has glowing emerald eyes.
Oh, so there was someone there.
Maybe someone just took notice, but that's never happened before. This is new for me as well, and it felt close. It felt like someone or something is watching.
Luther says, "Say that part again. Rewind about the.
Emerald eyes.
They were emerald. They were green.
They were green, emerald. You know, maybe a bit of. Maybe a bit of emerald. Yes, green, definitely. I
What?
felt it. I felt it peering into my mind, and I peered back.
At this point, my fur is probably standing on end, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's
Let's just-
that's a terrifying prospect for you.
And when I looked back and gazed, he did not like that.
Given my Arcana check from earlier, will this be Arcana or History to try to get more info about an idea about what's going on now that I've heard this description?
This would be Arcana. This is trying to understand what happened here with the magic.
I could explain to you rather my take on it if you want.
You have an idea that whatever it was, that he looked back at, was hiding how powerful it really was, and then just opened up on him, and his magical senses got flooded to the point where his brain stopped working, and he went unconscious. He had what amounts to a full sensory overload that led to a catatonic state from a magical standpoint.
No.
There is not much that can do that. Luther says, as this conversation's happening, whatever it was, when you looked back at it, it knocked you out, right?
Well, it appears. One minute I was having a lovely game of cards, the next thing I found out what dirt tastes like.
When you looked back, in terms of bodies of water, you would understand this metaphor.
Sure.
What did it feel like was hitting you?
Oh, darling, it was like
Don't
Tidal
call me
wave.
darling. I'm not your fucking darling. A tidal wave? We gotta fucking leave, Captain. We gotta fucking pack up right now. We're getting the fuck out of here. This is not good.
You want to explain it to
Not
your
right
class?
now. We have to go.
Well,
Do you know what that is? You have any idea what you just poked?
well, when someone asks if you could tell the class, usually that means they don't know.
I don't have time to explain what I don't have time to explain. Let's pack up. Let's fucking get out of here. And Luther starts packing without the captain's orders.
Well,
Ben
I-
will fall in and start informing people. Could I make a check based on what they've all been talking about?
Yeah, it would be this would be a history check.
History check. Okay.
And given the quartermaster's reaction, can I also make said history check?
Yes. Any spellcaster that heard that can make that history check. The captain says, "We are packing up and we are leaving right now. Everyone pack up. Sergeants, get to your squads and pack up. We're leaving."
Instantly packing up.
history gang, let's go.
History gang, let's go. Ooh.
Mordecai is decidedly not of the history.
You also rolled that to me privately.
Oh, did I?
Okay, so Praxia and Ben, your result is different. Connor, you have no idea what he's talking about, what Luther's talking about. You think this is just some kind of fluke where whatever it was or who it was just caught you off guard.
This is mighty strange.
Ben and Praxia, different results for the two of you, but close. So Ben, you recall something your mother said a long time ago about there are some magical beings out there that cannot be explained by the world we live in. There's no reason they should continue to exist. They are not dead. They are not alive.
Not demons, not angels.
Not demons, not angels, not anything that makes any sort of sense from any of the metaphysics. This conversation went over your head, but Luther's reaction reminded you of that. Praxia, you recall a very esoteric passage in one of the books that you were reading before all this happened, when you started learning about the world you live in, and when you started learning about magic. You remember in one of the books written by the Dark Elves that there are I'm actually going to just message this to you, actually.
Okay.
Watched this planet for 46 years. My magic's never done that before.
Oh. Oh, while that is going on, Edelweiss is going to approach Ben. It's just like, if we're getting ready and we could run into combat again, I want you to have this. And she produces, like, one of the bottles of spirit she stole.
Booze? I can use it as
Edelweiss
a
is giving to
disinfectant, I
Ben.
guess.
Yes, that's exactly what she... That's why I grabbed it. It's just like, yes, It's strong, so I figured it would be good for cleaning wounds. Yes.
Fair enough, thank you.
I have no idea what happened. I have no idea how to explain it all. But if we have to move, Elise,
At the moment, you do not want to. It doesn't. You don't want to or don't need to know what happened. We just want to do what the quartermaster suggested and get the fuck out of here.
my friend, I don't think I caught your name before.
Proxia.
Proxia. Right. I'm gonna start packing my things up, and while I'm packing things up, I'm gonna hand Elise a bag that has the things I requested.
Oh, she opens it and says, "Well, thank you, Sergeant. Kind of a interesting moment for this, but thank you very much."
Yes, I was planning to do it tonight, but it appears something bad is happening.
And meanwhile, I gather my squad members who are kind of like patrolling around camp and get them to start doing exactly this packing business.
Ben's gonna help pack up everything and also help pack up Saifashai and Shogun's tents and basically keep them next to him, provided no one else is requiring it. And if we're moving, we'll cast Pass Without Trace, making sure to cover himself, his squad, the 2 VIPs, and anyone else who can fit near.
Yeah. Okay. Spend the spell. Okay. You guys have an option now because we are moving to an encounter map. The encounter map, like I said before, is a fully explorable map. You do have the option to bring your squad if you want to, or any of the NPCs that are willing to go with you. That being said, for every NPC you bring, and that includes squaddies, any XP that you earn from the map is reduced because they are contributing to your exploration and anything else that happens on that map. So, one at a time, elect whether or not you are bringing your squad. Let's go Mordecai.
I'm thinking no.
Okay. Ben.
I think I will say no as well.
Okay. Edelweiss.
I'm going with the people and say no.
Okay. Connor.
No.
Praxia.
Our friends and Shogun and etc. are going to need protecting, so I'm afraid the squad members need to stay around and keep an eye on them and keep them safe in case something comes up on them while we're away.
Okay. And the last question is, are there any of the other NPCs that you want to bring with you onto the encounter map?
Do we want to think about bringing the captain?
I was going to say
I was
Luther. Understand.
I don't suggest bringing the captain.
I was going to suggest the captain, but
I also suggest the captain because I like her.
Oh no, democracy
Captain's a
wins
killer.
again.
Okay, so you, the captain.
and I know that this thing is not demonic, right?
Yes.
But do I know any details about like these things or what abilities they have or what they might look like or anything?
No, you just have the general idea that it vaguely fits the description.
Okay.
The passage that you read, the Dark Elves are terrified of these things. And the Dark Elves
Okay.
are not terrified of much.
That's about what I thought.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the captain and pull her over to the map, and then we're going to take a 5-minute break. And we are then going to be back. So 5 minutes, and get yourself a drink, stretch, and all that, and then we'll be right back. now. And we are back from intermission now. I'm going to go ahead and load your map for you guys. And reload scene. And activate. You guys should be in the top
That's a big boat.
right-hand corner. There you go. There you are.
I love how it was wholesome downtime moments turns into. So you looked in the you looked into the void, and the void stared back.
And it did not like that. Yes, that can that yeah, that obviously that shit happens. Okay. So the scene is yours, guys. Captain says, I know we're gonna keep moving. Excuse me, Crow? She kind of steps over Crow.
We have free movement because we're not in combat, right?
Yes, you have free movement because you're not in combat.
I'm just holding my lantern like I hate not being able to see in the dark.
I think I think Ben is going to use Nature's Companion to summon an owl.
Okay, you want to summon an owl?
Yeah, I can just use the Bestial Spirit Air as the token for it.
Sure. I think you have full access to that thing. Is it actually medium size? No, it's small. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this size on this guy.
Well, so this is not me using the spell. It's just me using it as a token for
Yeah, I got you.
purposes. But
There you go. You have control of that?
cool. Yeah, I will send it sort of like quietly in this direction.
Okay.
And because it's a familiar, I will be tethering my senses to it basically as we go.
Okay.
I'd also like to go into stealth and venture on ahead of the group.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check and move yourself ahead of the group. Captain will motion for the rest of the group to take cover while
You are unseen.
while Mordecai disappears from, view completely.
And
My cat has a mouse. I'll be right back.
Sounds like that cat's doing its job.
I've never been safer right here.
Darrow, Mordecai gets in the water and starts kind of wading very quietly in the water. You feel that the water is sort of it's cool but not chilling, because it's night, and it definitely feels a little thick in that this is swamp water and it's not super clear, super clean. Just giving you
for sure.
some tactile information about what you're walking in.
Fair enough. I think that I still wouldn't walk along the path, so swamp it is for me, I figure.
Yeah. And it doesn't leave any tracks. You also cannot see in the dark. So...
Yeah, a little bad at that.
as you get up to the light's edge here, you do hear the voice again. Mordecai? Mordecai? Mordecai?
I'm gonna pointedly do my best to ignore it. Also, is Crow in stealth as well, or do I need to roll for him?
You need to roll for him. He is not in stealth unless you roll for him. So he
would like to
happily...
be-
Oh my god!
What in the world?
Double crits on that stealth roll. Wow. Big money. Crow was very happily skipping along the dirt, and then he took a big dive into the water. Splash. Disappeared completely. He just has two little nostrils above the water so he can breathe. And his eyes have that eyelid. I can't remember what it's exactly called.
Rotating membrane.
That's it. He can see, but his eyes are now waterproof, and he is just swimming along.
I love it. Swimming along crocodile style.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm pointedly doing my best to ignore the voice because I need to be watching out. If something comes up, I need to catch it.
Mordecai. Hey, so I've got an offer that you might not want to refuse.
Go away.
Don't you want to be able to see in the dark?
You'd ask too much.
I haven't asked for anything from you. What have I asked for?
Mordecai is kind of a little conflicted because nothing. It hasn't asked for anything at this point.
Yeah. Come on. These marshes are deadly in the dark. You don't want some bushwhacking aquatic scaldy to pull you under.
I need to make this right. What would it cost me?
Oh. That's a little bit insulting after you so freely handed me to someone else. Don't do that again. That's what it'll cost you.
I can
Swear that you won't do that again, and I will give you the ability to see in the dark.
Mordecai puts his hand on his heart and mutters, I swear I won't do it again.
The captain says, "Get back your corner! Get back up!" Okay, so as you swear, you kind of begin to feel the darkness wane. And let me go ahead and update your token. There you go. It says to you, I fulfill my promises.
Oh, there it is. I was looking at Crow. Okay. I feel like that's gonna still bite me in the ass at some point, but we'll see. In that case, I'm gonna try to pretend nothing just happened.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep wandering on further into the swamp.
Okay.
With Crow right behind me.
All right. Yeah, you wander in. Can your bird actually see in the dark? It can. Okay, so you've done pretty much a good loop by this point with the bird there, Lee.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check through the bird's senses.
I believe with this situation, I use my modifiers, but their senses. So their dark vision, my modifiers. Or let me double check that though.
Do check, because this is a familiar and not your bestial spirit.
Yeah.
So an owl familiar has heightened visual senses.
It does have heightened senses. Yes.
Yeah.
So you gain the benefit of any special senses and abilities they have, but you still use your proficiencies because you're the one looking.
Right.
If I were to send them out and tell me to report back, they would be their senses.
Yes, it would just be their senses. So you would be rolling their advantage perception with a +6.
Meanwhile, I found myself a little cranny to tuck myself into.
Yes, I see.
25.
25. Okay. The owl sees something quite large in the water. Can't really tell exactly what it is. Seems amorphous, very big, and the only reason why it's noticed it is because its vision can correct for the refraction that the water does.
Where on am I?
It's a little bit behind the boat, but not quite. Currently have it actually invisible. You should be able to see it through the bird. No, you can't. Okay. It's right behind the boat.
It's like right.
Yeah.
There.
Is the boat blocking my vision, or would I be able to attempt to see this?
The boat is blocking your vision. There's like a boat and a
Okay.
couple of trees in the way. This bird can see it because it's flying above.
Yeah.
And is looking down and has that ability to correct for the refraction.
Ben will say to the captain and to Connor, there's something large in the water behind this boat we can see the front of. Can you get a message to Apraxia and Mordecai, warning them about it?
Is your Owlin stealth?
Yes, I will make a roll for that.
Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm currently dying.
Understandable.
Oh, they do have decent.
I totally meant to ask this before we moved on.
Mhm.
But can Edelweiss draw the stone rune on her new halberd?
Yeah.
22 for the owl.
Okay. Let's see here. 15 hit that owl.
Yes.
Okay. How many hit points does that owl have?
It's got one.
It's toast.
Do I see?
Yes.
If I'm looking through
So
the senses
you're
of
looking
the-
through the senses, and you kind of see this glob, kind of like come out of nowhere in the darkness and just hit the owl, and it's gone.
All right. Ben will sort of like snap. Be like, oh, Captain, there's. Did I see like the multiple heads?
You saw the glob come out of the air, so it
Okay.
hawked that loogie in an arc, quite far, and as you're catching that, Mordecai, you feel the ground shifting, and water rises over from behind that boat and crosses this path here and starts to pool into where you are, displacement
hell.
as the creature moves, and you see coming around the corner there this big fucking reptilian creature, 4 legs, big long tail, one massive head in the center, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 extra heads, and it's looking around and it spots you guys over here.
Oh no.
And we are going
them.
to roll initiative once I get all of you in the combat tracker. And you're now all in the combat tracker. So go ahead and roll initiative.
For a sec, I thought you were saying it saw me despite my fucking rolls.
No, it can't see you. No.
Okay. I was
If I'm
about to be very impressed.
Okay, that's how it works. Ooh.
I will roll for Crow.
Oh, thank you.
I'll roll for the captain. Natural 20 for the captain.
She's ready to kill that bitch.
Okay.
We're just pulling nat 20s out of nowhere here.
Yeah, big nat 20 day. All right. So this towering beast goes in about the middle of the pack.
Why do I recognize that? Was that the Darkest Dungeon round start noise?
It's just whatever came with the module. So it might be. No, I don't. Maybe. No, I don't think so.
I had Vietnam flashbacks for a second.
Okay, so it's the captain's turn. The captain's gonna look at that thing and say, "Oh, fuck me, Hydra," and she's going to stay all the way back here and shoot at it. She does get 3 shots. Well, the first one's a miss. Now you may be wondering why I'm rolling damage anyway. It is so the system knows that the second short bow attack doesn't overwrite the first one, because it's the same kind of attack. It will try to overwrite it if it hasn't been completed. So she misses her 3 attacks. She is then going to move forward to about here. And that is the end of her turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna whisper Crow a command to sneak and try to circle around. So he's got 35 movement speed, I think, right? 40 actually.
40.
Yes. So in that case, he's gonna, while stealthed, do his best to dash under cover a good 80 feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right about here.
right about there.
Cool.
So he kind of swims under and then pops out, keeps to the bushes, and slinks past this creature.
Nice.
Let's see. If you can see the creature, you need to make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Oh, shit.
The only
Does
person
that
who
include Crow?
that does include Crow. The only person who cannot see the creature at the moment is Praxia, and yeah, just Praxia. Cause
I can't see it. It's in the dark.
oh yeah, you can't see it either. And Eddie
I don't
can't
even know
see it.
what I'm looking at.
I don't think Eddie can see it. Can Edelweiss see that thing?
Oh, Ben.
Oh, poor Ben.
Can I see it? Actually, I can hover over the token, but I don't. It is technically outside my dark vision range.
You can hover over the token, but you can't actually see it.
Like I can see the 60 feet is my dark vision range.
So it's outside of the range. You can't actually see the token, but you can hover over it. Like, you can activate that the box is there.
Yeah.
Okay, then you cannot see it. If you cannot see the token, you cannot see it.
Okay.
Because it's in the dark. So we will nix your natural 1. So Crow and Mordecai are the only ones that can see it. Captain Corvaxia. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta... My Fog of War is all fucked up. I gotta reset it.
Some very good music.
Apologies. My Fog of War is definitely fucked up, and I can't tell who is and who can and who cannot see this creature. Okay. She should not be able to see it. She doesn't have any additional abilities to see stuff beyond. So she is just gonna not roll the save. Mordecai, you can see it, and Crow can see it. You're both frightened. You did not overcome the DC. So you cannot approach it, you cannot make attacks on it without suffering disadvantage, etc. You know what the frightened condition is.
Sure.
I am sorry.
You're fine.
I don't know what's happening to me.
You're suffering from food poisoning. You're fine. I don't think you can see the creature, can you, Edelweiss?
I was gonna roll the thing,
Well, tell me first if you can see the token. Because if you can't, you don't have to roll the save. And Connor
That
does know.
is the darkest dungeon.
I can.
noise.
I don't think I can.
Okay.
I recognize that noise anywhere.
Okay. Well, I didn't put it there. Whoever wrote the module did.
Whoa, that's a big boy.
Ooh. Can you see it now?
I can see at least 2 of its hits.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. I mean, DM, I don't see it. Oh.
No, sorry.
What a shame.
You failed. So you are now frightened of it.
Yeah, that adds up.
Mm-hmm. What would you like your action to be?
Like, oh, scheiße. I'll reach out my hand and cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
I need to select him. How do I do that again? There we go. Set target. Let me overwrite that.
Oh. Yeah, I should be able to see this bitch because I have dark vision out to 120 feet even before activating this. So I do need to roll.
Okay, then roll.
I thought I had to activate it first.
I accidentally consumed 2 of my spells doing that, and I can't change it back. But
Alright, I'll fix it.
It's wisdom, right?
It's a wisdom save, yes.
Saving throw.
and you deleted the one that
Here, I'll
Advice is like, what the fuck is that?
I'll just delete both of them and give you both spell slots back.
Alrighty.
Alright, try again. And you're now frightened, Edelweiss.
Yes, like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Bit targeted. It's not. Maybe fluid.
Advice just looks over to Ben and is like, is that the Hydra you were talking about?
Yes.
No. So yeah, you blast him for 5 total damage, plus 2 damage, or 7 total damage. The blasts swoop in, strike the creature. It appears unfazed, probably because it's big and tough.
Yeah, just free raven flippers, stab into this thing, and I'm like, you know, that ends up.
Okay.
We like that.
Alright, at the end of your turn, it is going to use a legendary action to create the Caustic Bloom. And it's going to put it right there. And you guys need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Praxia, Kyoshi, and Connor both need to make con saves.
Did he
Oh.
make it?
Connor, I hope that was a success.
I hope that was a success.
It's waiting for Praxia.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
So in your character sheet, when you open it up, just click on Constitution. It'll give you an option to roll a saving throw or an ability check.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh no.
Yeah, yikes. So as all three of you fail, as the creature kind of gets its attention brought over to you guys by Connor's magic missiles, little flowers pop up and bloom suddenly all around you, die and release a toxic gas that more or less is necrotizing, and that really sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Because it knocks out two of you and does significant damage to the captain. And she's like, oh, fuck! Alright, that is the end of your turn, Connor. It is now the Weeping Hydra's turn. It thunders...
That wasn't part of its turn.
No, it thunders into view. So you do need to make a wisdom saving throw now, Lee, or Ben. Let's see here.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
We are not very wise here, are we?
I am. It's just bad rolls.
Need to check something. I think that does not last. I think it's just instantaneous.
It doesn't say that it has a duration.
Right. I didn't, because I didn't put one. I meant it to be instantaneous. So that ends.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Yeah. I thought I had it fixed. Okay. It's going to ruin the captain's day. Making 5 bite attacks. Let's see. I don't think she can parry a 31.
31.
Nope, because it crit just now. Dealing 40 points of damage, half the 20, to the captain. And then, next attack. Natural 1. Misses with a natural 1. Natural 2 also misses. Well, that took the wind out of its sails. That'll hit. No, she can't parry that. 18 points of damage. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It gets one more bite. So that's 5 heads. And that...
Does the armor protect from piercing?
The armor does protect her from piercing, yes. That last attack misses. So it stomps up towards her. She's like, oh, fuck. And she has to make her wisdom save, too. Wisdom saving throw. 11 fails, so she is going to use Indomitable and roll the save again. 18 succeeds, so she is not afraid of the creature, and then it bites her really badly. She's like, oh, this was a mistake! And it misses. She blocks it with Long Scream, and then kind of pokes it a little bit with Long Scream again, just to get it back from her, and then another head comes around at the side and bites her in the leg. She's like, oh, fuck! And she stabs the pole down and kind of pries its face off of her leg. And then that last head snaps at her, but misses as well. So she's kind of tanking this thing. Ben, it's your turn. You're frightened.
Alright.
You got 2 people down, and
Yep.
everybody's frightened. You can make the wisdom save again at the end of your turn.
Right. I think, in which case, I'm going to activate. Yeah. Activate Chalice, and then Healing Word on Connor.
Praxia does go next, but
Yes, but I will use Chalice Healing on Praxia.
ah, so +5 for him,
And +8 for Praxia.
and +8 for Praxia. You suddenly are awake.
Oh, fucking shit. That's a spell already, so for my action, it's just gonna be Wind Cutter.
Okay.
Second, I should probably target this thing.
And Praxia, when you get a second, did you already make the Wisdom saving throw? No, you haven't yet.
Oh.
So Praxia, make a Wisdom save when you get a moment.
Misses.
Misses.
All right.
Now you get your Wisdom save, Ben.
Yep.
20. Yeah, you are not frightened of that thing. And Ben, you're no longer frightened.
I'm all good.
That ends your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, Praxia, you are not frightened of this thing. You do see that it's right there. It has done some serious damage, and it is now your turn. You still believe you are hidden from it. And you're muted.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
I thought I'd unmuted myself. Okay, so I'm prone, right?
Yep, you're on the ground.
If I get up, see, will that cause me... I'm not with, I don't know if it has enough reach to cause me an attack of opportunity or not.
Well, you don't know that yet, but you do know that if you get up, it will cost you half your movement. So your movement is... why is it 15? Oh, it's probably from... something. What is making your movement 15 right now? It's probably because you're prone. That's why.
Yeah. First, can I make the insight check to have some idea of this thing and its capabilities?
Absolutely. The DC for this is 13. Oh, you got a 27. So this Hydra, you are just examining it, and you're aware, based on its nature, that it is not a normal Hydra. This thing's mutated. It's mutated from ambient magic, or it's mutated from some other effect, perhaps just the general presence of demons in the vicinity have caused it to become mutated. It has 2 legendary actions. It can only use one of them a round because they cost 2 legendary actions each. One is that Caustic Bloom that you had. The other one is a different move that you haven't seen yet, but you believe it can move very quickly in a straight line. Like all Hydras, it's got multiple heads, so it's going to attack with as many heads as it has. It regenerates because it has those multiple heads, so you have to keep up with its regeneration. And it regenerates regardless of... only regenerates from the heads regrowing. It is dangerous on all sides. That means it's immune to flanking. This creature is also giving off a magical aura. You can feel the magical energy coming off of it. It's gonna eat through spells that cause saves, and you did roll a natural 20 on the insight, so I will tell you that it has 147 hit points right now. Its armor class is 18. It is resistant to fire, non-magical physical, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. And it's immune to being blinded, charmed, deafened, or frightened.
What the fuck?
You are aware we're level 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think a level 10 party could stand a chance against that.
You can do it.
Now, does this seem like it was the thing that was that our fellow sergeant had seen staring at him?
Definitively no.
Hey!
So this is something else entirely. You guys have, by virtue of walking through the swamp at night, have stumbled across this creature.
Okay, lovely, lovely,
Brought
lovely.
Booster to fucking get eaten.
Okay, well, I guess I will. I guess I will make an attempt to get up.
Okay.
And that gives me 15 movement, right?
Yep, it costs you 15 to get up. You have 15 left.
Okay, where's... Okay.
Moving this way will put you into the open, and you will no longer be stealthed.
Well, let's see. Okay, 60 foot, okay. Well, I'm not going to be stealthed much longer anyway. But I will at least have cover. Right, does the boat give me any sort of cover at all?
Yes, it does give you cover from the creature's attacks if it can reach you.
1, 2... 1, 2... I am going there.
Okay.
And let's see, this whole area is within 60 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And so I don't know how I make use of it, but I will utilize one of my instances of Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Who are you giving inspiration to?
Now, is Bardic Inspiration, does it... Okay, it just works for just the one moment. Okay, just the one moment. Do I have a different one that does... I have Song of Rest. No, that's not the one I want. So I don't have the one that, like, inspires courage or etc.
Not for... You don't have that one that does that for everybody, no. That's more of a paladin thing.
Okay.
Do you mean heroism? The spell?
No, Praxia doesn't have heroism.
Right.
Praxia does have Aid, Silence, Shatter, Silvery Barbs, Comprehend Languages, Healing Word, and Dissonant Whispers, and then Vicious Mockery, Mage Hand, and Message.
Okay, so... This is fun. Because I meant to ask the quartermaster for a crossbow, but I never got the chance to.
Ah,
So I don't have anything ranged as far as weapons go.
no.
Now how long does let me figure out here. How long does my Bardic Inspiration last?
It lasts 10 minutes, but you can use it on an ability check, a saving throw, or an attack roll. You can give it to somebody else as well.
Okay, it only works. Okay, so
only
I can
one
give.
only one target gets the Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, that's what I was thinking was the case.
It's a good use of a bonus action, though.
Yeah. Did my insight check get me any idea about what would actually kill this thing? Because if it regenerates by its heads, how do we actually keep it from regenerating or actually get rid of it?
Right, so You know that if this thing suffers necrotic damage, it cannot regenerate.
Oh.
Okay, it needs necrotic.
You got a very good read on the creature.
Yes, I did.
So you mean the damn demons can kill this thing, but we can't?
My plan was to use acid.
Yeah, mine was to use fire, and apparently it's resistant to both of those.
And I can see it where it's at, right? So even though I have cover.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see, how do I get to use the thing?
What are you trying to
I was going to use Shatter, and since it's a 10-foot, I was going to center it on the creature.
use? Yeah, you can do that. So if you click on the icon for Shatter, it will give you a template to place. You place that where you want it on the map, and then you will roll damage from the chat. Okay?
Okay, so the icon for Shatter
Yep.
gives me a template, and
Mhm.
the template will be there, so I don't get Carboxia.
Yep.
And now if I go to chat,
You click the
here's
roll
Shatter
damage.
damage.
Just missed you, Mordecai.
Holy shit.
It succeeded the saving throw. It takes half the damage, which is 7 total. Good rolls. So, what else does this do? These things always do extra things. Let's see. Saving throw, half as much. Creature inorganic makes crystal has disadvantage and save. Okay. So you
So
make
it doesn't do anything extra.
Right. You do make a loud ringing noise that kind of clears its bells a little bit, and it wiggles as it shakes off the effect. That is your action. Did you want to give your bardic inspiration to somebody?
My bonus action gives Captain Carboxia bardic inspiration.
Okay, so you would target her like you would anything else. So you can use the targeting system to target her, and then you click bardic inspiration to give that to her.
Okay, let's see. So let me find that here. It's in features, right?
Yep. Okay, good.
It worked.
Yep, it worked. Good first turn. All right, that is the end of your turn because you've used all your resources. It's now Edelweiss's turn.
So I do my saving throw at the end of my turn.
Correct. That means you cannot advance, and your attack rolls are at disadvantage.
Can I do 2 bonus actions?
Can you do
Just
2?
use my action for a bonus action?
No. Unfortunately. What is? Wait. Let me hear what it is first. What's your plan?
I mean, I was going to just activate my thing. Wait, am I in range? I think I'm just still out of range.
I
I'm not forward.
thought you had already activated your rune.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to activate it to see it dark vision.
Okay.
And that is a box. That is still not what I don't know. Yeah, it's way too far away. Why? What? I don't know what I did.
You're in the measuring templates, measurement
Yeah.
controls. You need to be in token controls.
Yes. Well, that's why I was trying to measure with the ruler, and I clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah, it is 40 feet away. So if you want to shoot it, you could.
My bonus action will be to Giant Smite.
Giant's Might? Okay, so that makes you big.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, cool. So, I wonder if this has convenient effects. I don't recall if it does or not. Okay. On each of your turns, one of your attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can deal an extra d6 of damage to a target on a hit. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saves. You become large, along with anything that you're wearing, so you get big. Congrats.
While I'm still frightened, I'm gonna use at least a crossbow attack and then do my save. But I'm hoping that this thing realizes I'm big now.
And it's like, oh no. So you double in size, and you're just big, bad Edelweiss.
As big as red now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Inventory. I'm going to attempt with that crossbow.
Disadvantage.
Did it roll? There.
There it goes.
Attack at disadvantage. I freaking missed.
That missed. Okay. The crossbow bolt bounces off the creature's scales. That, I believe, is your bonus action and your action. Go ahead and make your wisdom save if that's the end of your turn.
Yes. Well, I guess I'm gonna save my thingy.
Okay.
Because I'm currently at disadvantage.
Okay.
Where? Oh, no wonder I can't find it.
And Mordecai, you're on deck.
Yes. Am I in difficult terrain right now?
Yes, you would be. You're
Okay.
still frightened, Edelweiss.
Oh yeah.
I can tell with that 9. I'm not as frightened, but I'm still fucking terrified.
Technically, Mordecai, you cannot move closer to it, and that would get you closer.
Maybe a little bit at an angle. I don't know. I want
You
to try
have
to
to
get on the
stay
path
at
if I
least
can.
10 feet away from it, so you would have to go straight this way first. Down this way.
Okay. And if that's the case, then I can only move 15 feet out of 30, right?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
Told you
That's
guys
not
this
ideal.
would be a challenging campaign.
Oh yes, you're not wrong. Oh, why didn't it? Okay, there we go. Oof. Don't have much I can do here, but I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna hit him with a good old entangle and hope for the best.
Okay.
So he needs to roll a strength save, and it's going to be right about here.
Okay. He succeeds with a 27.
I figured he would, but now he's in difficult terrain as well, so maybe that'll
Yep.
restrict him just a bit. We'll see.
Okay, he's got all these vines crawling up his feet, and he just lifts them, snapping them. Keeps doing that like a dog who's got booties on. You know? Alright, that is the end of your turn, Mordecai.
Yes, that's all I can do right now.
Wisdom save.
Yes.
And you can keep making these saves if you fail them at the end of your turns. When you cast a spell, you're no longer hidden.
Got a 15.
15 saves. So you are no longer
Nice.
frightened.
Hell yeah.
Okay. That brings us to the captain. She is going to kind of shift just in case. So she's going head to head with the creature. And then she's going to attack 3 times with long scream.
And she got Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, she's going to use it on this first roll. 22 hits.
Reaction as well. I'd like to use infused strikes from wait, actually, is he within range? I don't think he is. Nope, never mind. Ignore me, I'm stupid.
That was a roller coaster. Okay, 28 points of slashing damage from her first attack. Second attack. Hits with a 19.
Damn.
25 points of slashing damage.
I forget how much damage
She does a lot. And she crits on 18s. And this is her third attack. 20 points of slashing damage and psychic total. She does pretty good job. I think that's a total of 20. Let's see here. 21. Okay, so let me check something right here. So it loses 2 of its heads. So that brings its number of heads down to 3. And yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Okay, that is the end of the captain's turn. It's now Crow's turn.
Yes.
I know we rolled his turns different. Usually we put him with you, and I just remembered that. But you were at the very bottom. I think you're okay with him being up here. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind that. He really can't do anything at the moment, so I'm just gonna have him roll his wisdom.
Okay, wisdom save. I'll roll that for you. I'm already in his sheet.
Danke. Oh,
Oh, our best boy. Our campaign's best boy saves. Okay, so that's the end of his turn.
Yep.
Connor, it is now your turn.
I mean, he's used his reaction already. Or is a legendary reaction different to a normal reaction?
Legendary actions are different than normal reactions, so it hasn't used it this turn. It has one in... It's cooking one, as the kids would say.
Do I have to disengage from this range?
You don't know.
I don't know.
Do you want to?
I don't know.
Disengaging is an action unless you have a teleport up your sleeve.
Disengage and get behind the big woman.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. You disengage. So you take no attacks of opportunity.
And I'm gonna...
As you get out there, you see that one of the 3 remaining heads, kind of snakes to kind of try to measure up and bite at you, but you're already outside of range as you moved from there. So at the very least, you know that was within melee range for it.
Damn rattlesnake.
Well, this is... terrifying.
Okay, that was your action to disengage, and you moved 15 feet, so you've got 15 left.
I don't.
Why not?
Because I was knocked unconscious.
Oh, you were
and I
prone.
stood back up.
Yeah, okay. Oopsie. Click the wrong button for you.
oh hell.
Oh, hell indeed.
You were before the Hydra, so your initiative should be 14 or something. I accidentally took you out of initiative by
The gasp.
wisdom save, Connor.
Ah, yes, a wisdom save.
So you can get off that fear. Oh, that's a success. 14 saves.
Okay, cool.
So next round, no longer frightened. It's now the Weeping Hydra's turn.
Can I?
Yeah.
I was wondering, if we're in the same thing, is it possible I could act? Because we're both 13 plus 0.14.
Oh. Yeah, let's leave it up to the D20. So go ahead and roll just a flat D20. Let's see who goes first. Oh, it's going to be the Hydra this round.
Include a
Blast.
save, or is it just the check?
Sorry, what was your question?
What does having an advantage on wisdom no, that's insight. Never mind, I'm stupid.
Okay, it's going to use its multi-attack. Okay. It's gonna target the big lady, the really big lady in the back there, with a dark flame spit. So one of the mouths belches a ball of purple fire at you. Does 15 hit you? Don't think it does.
Who are you hitting? Say that again.
Her.
805?
16, I think, is what your token says.
Okay, so that
Yeah,
that
I'm 16.
that misses. So you duck below the purple flame ball. It then turns one of the other heads to you, Ben, and fires off an acid glob.
Well,
You're a little out of range for that. And it misses. And then it's going to make a bite attack at the captain. Missing. Ben, your turn.
all right. I think.
Just whiffed its whole turn.
Thank goodness for that.
They got some good rolls the first time, so.
Captain's
got
still
hits.
injured, looks like, right?
Yeah, you've spent some time with her. She's about half where she is right now. A little over half.
I'm going to cast Wither and Bloom.
Okay. What is this area of effect here? That was I know what that was. That was
The Entangle.
Yeah.
So I need a DC 14 con save from the Hydra,
okay.
and
It saves.
yeah, that's fair. I expected that. It takes 2 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
Corvaxia, because she's also in range of the spell, can now spend a hit dice and add her Constitution and my Wisdom, and heal that much.
Okay. Is it like spending a regular short rest hit dice?
Yes.
So D8 plus 4 for her, and then what else is she adding?
Plus my Wisdom.
What's your wisdom
Right.
mod?
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
Do you mean a D10? She's a fighter, right?
No, she is a NPC. Her hit point die is based on her size, not her class. So she's a D8. She gets 12 back.
And then Chalice will trigger, healing her for another 10.
Okay. So,
As Ben sort of like grabs a root on the ground and this purple necrotic energy starts coursing around, and another flower blooms like the Hydra's, except for this time it sort of sticks to the Hydra and starts eating away at its flesh.
okay. Is that the end of your turn?
I still have a bonus action. I will activate Shillelagh.
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 At the end of your turn, it is going to use its legendary action, Crashing Dash. It's basically, it runs everything over in a straight line for 30 feet.
Ah, shit.
So
Does the difficult terrain affect that?
no, it does not provoke opportunity attacks, and it is a reckless maneuver, so it just tramples over everything. So I need Connor, Corvaxia, and just Connor and Corvaxia to make dexterity saving throws. DC 15.
Poor Connor tonight, man.
Natural
What?
one.
Oh!
Saving throw for Corvaxia. Ooh, natural 1. Okay, so she is displaced by it, but she doesn't get hurt.
You don't need a roll, do you?
And
I'm down.
and then you get smashed. It deals this much bludgeoning damage, actually. It's not a whole lot. You deal this. 5 points of bludgeoning damage, which is exactly your hit points. So you get run over. You see this thing just like, blah, 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 and you're like, oh fuck, and you try to get out of the way, and then its like front leg just slams into you, and you go spinning, and you splash into the water.
I'm gonna take a nap.
And that's its legendary action.
I'm taking that right here.
I'm taking a nap right here.
That was 30 feet. So it almost got to you, Ed. That's the end of its turn. Or that's the end of Ben's turn. Praxia, your turn. What's this you're doing? You are muted.
Fauna is having my struggles tonight.
I think they're trying to cast Aid.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I can't cast aid on. Well, I can't use one of them, so I need to change one of my targets. So I can't.
It's because Connor's out of range. He's 35 feet away.
How far is Ed?
Ed's is at 35 feet as well.
Okay, so I need to move first.
Yep. You need to move at least 5 feet first.
And why do I have the blue aura? Because I thought I made my save.
The blue aura is indicating that it is your turn.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was that or if that was the frightened aura.
Nope, the frightened aura is the little screaming emoji in the top left-hand corner of Edelweiss's token.
Now 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep.
So now I'm within 30 feet, right?
Yes. Yep. Of everybody but Mordecai, who's all the way down here.
Okay, so now I can go back and try this again.
Mhm.
Carbaxia, our friend here, and Ed. And if I go in here and cast, okay, it's this one. That's what I gotta do.
I live,
And now-
I die, I live again.
Yeah.
So do I? It gives me up damage is the button it gives me. Does that actually?
Let me
Does that actually give?
Yes, that'll
that
actually
actually
heal
give-
them. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yep.
So now you have some health.
Yep.
Yay.
You are in the water. It's very wet and bad in here, Connor.
It's okay.
It smells
Nice,
gross.
cool. It's great. I'm doing great.
Let's see, your additional max is 5 there. And let's see. And her as well. So +5 on top of that. Okay.
And the bonus action.
Oh,
We give Carboxia another round of inspiration.
okay. That'll be the end of your turn then. Edelweiss, your turn. It is right next to you, whether you like it or not.
Well, I guess my thing will be to activate the Frost Rune because, that gives her a higher AC.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. Wait. Does that give? No.
No,
it's
just-
a +2 bonus.
To your strength saving throws and your constitution saves.
Yes, but I need that right now, considering what this thing can do.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm making attacks at disadvantage with the halberd.
Okay. Let me check your halberd first, make sure it's configured correctly. It is. Okay. So go ahead and make your attacks with it. You do have the heavy weapon, the Great Weapon Master feature. So you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll and get +10 damage if you want.
See, I'm already rolling at disadvantage.
Okay, just putting it out
So
there.
that will be something I will try next round if I actually shake my thing.
Okay.
There's the halberd. Attack at disadvantage. And I still miss.
You missed. Okay. So you take out the halberd and you swing. One of the heads kind of snakes backwards. It did take necrotic damage the last round, so it has not recovered those heads. It just took necrotic damage from Ben, I believe. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, you only get the one attack right now because you're level 4, and bonus action was to activate your rune, right?
Yes. So now I am I have good constitution and strength.
Yeah, +2 to those. So when it comes up for those, just add a 2 in the bonus box.
Yes.
Okay, end of your turn.
That would be it.
Wisdom saving throw. DC 14.
Please unfreeze Edelweiss. You are the fucking hitter here. You're supposed to be doing shit.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
That I don't know if you're that way for everyone, but at least on this end, you've gotten quieter as the game has gone on.
Oh, I had my thing tilted up. I don't know why I'd rolled disadvantage.
What was your...
I still fail either way.
let's see, +1. Yeah, with a 12, you would still fail. Okay, so that's the end of your turn. Mordecai, your turn.
What the fuck?
Yes. I'd like to drop concentration. So I guess I right-click the thing.
Nope, I got it.
Alethana?
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
Advantage checks, please.
let's see if I can even make it to that spot. Probably not. Because I've still got at least 1 or 2 spots of
1. This square is mostly
1.
land, so you're good there.
Okay. All right. So then that drops me down to what, 25 feet?
So this square costs 10, and then this square costs 5, so that's 15 spent right there, and then 5, 5, and 5 would be 30 movement.
I'm gonna take one diagonal and just get a little bit further away right here, if you don't mind. And I'm gonna flick out a knife into my hand and throw it at the beast.
Okay.
Um,
You don't have a range problem because of your
Nope.
sharpshooter, correct?
exactly.
Let's see. Let me know if it tries to give you disadvantage.
Okay.
It'll highlight one of the boxes and try to
It
suggest
tried, but I
Okay.
still got it.
Yeah, 21 hits. You throw a knife and you hit it right in the butt. One of the heads turns around and looks at you like, "What the hell, man?"
Get stabbed. I'm also going to
Roll
use
damage
a bonus
first.
action.
Roll damage first.
Okay, yeah, fair. Okay.
Because if you don't, it's gonna not think the throw was completed.
I see.
There you go. Okay.
Nice. Now I would also like to use favored foe on
Okay.
him. So that puts me back into concentration. And now he takes another 1d4 damage from me. So why did it roll 2?
It gets another d4. We'll take the first one, which is 3 total.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. And that's the same type as the dagger, correct?
Yes, that's right.
So that's halved. We'll call it 2.
All right.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing really much I can do otherwise, so
Okay.
yes.
It's now the
Wait,
it's now the
I'm sorry.
captain's turn. What was your question?
is this take more damage from magic weapons?
It does.
Yay, so actually activating my rune was helpful even though I didn't hit.
Yes, it has resistance to non-magical physical weapons and fire.
And the fire wouldn't have sealed its head,
No,
would it?
no, not
That's
for
what I figured.
not for this kind of mutant hydra. So no. She's gonna make she's gonna make 3 attacks with long screen because she feels like that is the way to help right now. Just to fight while everybody else is getting. She doesn't need the bardic inspiration. She's good for that attack roll. 23 hits. Dealing 24 points of damage. Second attack. 31 hits.
Ooh.
That was close to a crit. Dealing 17 more points of damage.
God, we brought her.
Your decisions have consequences.
Yes.
She crits on him. Dealing 90. Enough to slay it.
I did nothing. Because I'm
well-
frightened.
Think of the bright side. You did nothing and didn't get hurt. I did nothing and got my shit kicked in.
If you're currently frightened, the creature is dead and you're no longer frightened.
And Ed, you did something. You got its attention by being large, so it spit
That is true.
it spit purple flame at you instead of at somebody
I
else.
was alive.
Then we get to loot it now.
I would like to rush up to Ben and before he gets much worse, maybe give him a little bit of a cure touch
I'm not
or
bad.
cure wounds.
Connor.
God, Connor, why am I? Oh man, I'm getting people's names wrong now.
You know,
Yeah.
Sometimes I sit here and wonder, what the fuck?
Ben will also cast
I'm sorry.
while the starry form is still visible on his body. He's going to cast Goodberry and feed everyone who is injured 2 berries. So you each heal for 1d8 plus 6.
Do I roll that myself, or do I add that myself, or does it get taken care of?
You
Click
got
the
it yourself.
button.
Yeah.
It just
Mostly because-
automatically throws it in.
Crow hops out of the water.
Now I forget. So do I need to roll my 1d8 plus 6 then?
Or just I've rolled. I standard roll is
Okay.
12. Everybody heals 12.
Okay,
This
so
also
let me
means
add
the heads are dead.
there. Good, thank you. Now, how long in this world is a short rest?
It is about an hour.
So I say, should we take a brief rest and get to feeling a little bit better, regain some energy? If we need some healing, I can help out with some healing during that before we continue on.
I think
How
we should regroup with our squads,
how
figure out if
much-
we're far enough away.
I
from
I
Luther.
make sure and let them know that this isn't the thing we just encountered. Isn't the thing we're afraid of.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid of it.
That's-
I
This-
certainly was.
Please
Yeah,
stop
this-
trying to talk over each other.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
This was just a minor inconvenience compared to the thing that was able to, with a flick of its finger, knock our friend here unconscious.
Not to be that guy, but this thing accomplished the same thing.
I think we should regroup with our squads, find out exactly how much further we need to travel before Luther thinks we're in the clear, and then rest.
I'm still in good shape. I'll venture out to make sure there's nothing else out here waiting for us.
I don't suggest that.
Now, on the experiencing that came up, do I click the add button?
You do. You click the add button.
Okay. I mean, adventuring out a bit might not be a bad idea if you can do it stealthily and not attract attention.
That's the idea. I've
I mean,
spent enough time in the woods, I should be able to stay out of sight, hopefully.
it would be good information to report back because whatever that thing is, it's still out here.
And gods help us if it comes upon us unprepared.
If it can enter your mind and see you through your mind, your stealth won't mean much.
Wasn't that just you, though?
We might be able to do it to you as well, is what I'm trying to say.
All right. Anything good on this Hydra rather for scavenging?
Okay, so do you want to use Scavenger?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so go ahead and use Scavenger.
$15.
Okay, so the claws are okay. The teeth, you don't want to touch those. And
Yeah.
the rest of it, the thing about mutant creatures is you don't know what's going on in there. It could explode.
Yeah, that's fair.
So cutting it open is kind of like a, might not want to do that. But the claws are easy enough. If you want to get those, you can.
I'll go for that then, yeah.
Okay. You gather a couple of claws from the forelegs. They're about 6 inches in length and they're curved. It looks like they're good for, like, it doesn't use them for slashing at things. It uses them for grip to get significant speed.
Just off topic, but Crow isn't sniffing at this like a meal, right?
No, he sniffs at it and he's like, oh, and he kind of steps back from it.
Good boy.
Oh. I think your big size, Ed, lasts for 10 minutes, right?
Yes. I was going to say before that wears off, can
it's
I
a
drag
minute.
the sucker off the path?
Yeah, it's a minute. So you can drag that thing off the path. It's heavy. You gotta get Mordecai to move out of the way for you. But yeah, you can pull it into the water and just leave it off the path there. It displaces quite a lot of water. Everybody's boots are wet.
Except for mine, because I'm big.
Yeah, your boots are still wet anyway. It's just,
yeah, I'm in the water.
And then your bigness does wear off. It says a minute, actually. So
yes.
So you shrink down to normal size.
I am the small again.
Do you think it'd be worth it for me to reclaim that knife I threw?
I would let him do that first.
Okay. Yeah, you want to get up there and grab that? You go ahead and grab that. It's covered in purple blood.
I'm gonna wipe it off on a big tree leaf nearby if I can.
Sure. The tree leaf rots and dies as you wipe it off. But you got it off.
Actually, on second thought, if that doesn't dull the blade, maybe I should have kept it on.
You look at the blade. It's not good. It's not in good shape. You're gonna have to get that fixed.
Jeez. All right. Well,
I could try.
All right. Shall we, basically, to get back to our squad, do we have to head back up this way, or do we have to head down this way?
Corvaxi's going to say, we're going to finish clearing this area, find a new campsite. That's what we were out here for. So let's keep moving. Mordecai, you go ahead, scout, and the rest of us, let's just keep our wits about us. Connor, are you okay? She wants to check on you. She comes.
I'm literally like ready to give him like my arm to help walk him along.
I'm fine. That healing was wonderful. I just.
Corvaxis says to Edelweiss, "Are you drunk? You're hiccuping a lot."
That is me. I am not. Edelweiss is not.
I'm just trying to add a layer of comedy, okay?
Okay. Sadly, no. That is just a reaction to me growing.
Okay. So, she says,
Well,
"All right,
you did do a prodigious amount of growing, and thank you very much for doing that.
I still feel like I could have done more, and I just let you guys down today.
If you hadn't taken that hit, maybe I would have, or Connor, or Ben. We couldn't have taken it like you could.
But also, he did bail you down to get to me, so you almost died because of me getting big.
Well, instead of blaming yourself for something that's literally out of your control completely, why don't we keep moving?
Can I climb up on the boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy enough. It is, the wood is very soft from years of rot. So it's easy to climb. You get your claws in, you just climb over it. You've got a good climbing speed. And you walk along the balustrade and kind of get up to amidships pretty easily. Head towards the back of the ship. You can see pretty well out from that vantage point up there.
Do I see anything?
From where you are, what you see, all of my maps are what you see is what you get.
Okay.
So if you'd like to make a perception check to see what you see beyond that, you may.
Yes. That was part of the reason for hopping up on there.
Was your intention to be in the crow's nest?
I don't want to knock Crow out of his nest.
No, this. Okay.
Poor Crow.
From that higher vantage point, you do see that there's an old campsite over here, and that there's someone occupying it. You also notice that there's a big broken ship over here. It looks like there's a bunch of trees growing out of it, but there might be, looks like some furniture and some books over that way too. With that 23.
I relay this information to Kerboxia
Okay.
and the rest of the folks, I guess, because everybody, I assume, is in earshot.
Yeah.
Ben, I suppose, does it look like there's anything left to scavenge on this ship? Or if not, then Ben will probably start heading in the direction that Praxia mentioned.
It does not appear that there's anything left on that ship. It's already been scavenged. It's right next to the road. So you definitely believe if refugees didn't clear that thing out long ago, it was cleared out even earlier than that.
Fair.
Just can't get a good orange.
Now, given how the wood is on the ship, would climbing up to the crow's nest be something that could be done, or is it going to the mast going to rot in the process?
You could do it. It looks like it'll hold you. It might sway a little bit, but it looks like it'll hold you. You're not super heavy as an ice.
Yeah, and I have agility, right? So.
Yeah. If you were a Scaldy, you would not want to do that because you would be incredibly heavy by comparison.
Okay. I ask our friends here, should I try to climb up to the crow's nest and see if I can get a better vantage on what lies ahead?
Nah, don't break your neck. Let's just get going. Provided, of course, Mordecai is still wanting to scout ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're still over here, Mordecai. Which is where the back is. You haven't moved yourself.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Yes.
Crow's up here. Yeah.
Crow gets the assignment. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
He understood the assignment. He's like, blah, 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 and he keeps moving. Blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like points his nose at the ship.
So, let me.
You see that, Crow? You think there's something good there?
Oh.
Let me try and get an understanding. What makes you feel like you didn't do well?
I was literally frozen there. I didn't land a single hit.
Mm-hmm.
I was.
And do you think anyone apart from our captain could?
Should I roll a stealth check? Sorry.
If you want to. That's
Yeah.
that question is
think I'd
always
like
going
to
to
do
be
that.
is always going to be a if you want to. That's a you choice.
Yes, that is totally fair. All right, so stealth and do the same for Crow and
You.
not quite as good as last time.
No, he's a happy boy right now. He's kind of bouncing around a lot. He licks this overgrown shrine.
Crow, you don't know where that's been.
Oh. He licks it again.
Now, the overgrown thing there, is it higher than about how taller is it than the surroundings?
It's about man-sized. So it's coming up to about 5 feet off the ground.
So if I climb up on it, I can do another perception check to see if I see anything.
Yep.
Ben is going to start using shape water to just make
Uh-huh.
walking through the muck not so abysmal.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah, you actually managed to get across the little bridge there without getting your boots wet. You don't see anything other than what has already been mentioned. There is a person at a campsite over here. They're wearing a red cloak, deep red, and that's what you get from that angle. Their back is mostly to you. The road ahead looks very clear. And
I will go ahead.
I was just going to cover over here what Ben sees.
I relay that information to the folks.
Okay. Ben, you see some actual literal treasure left behind.
Oh, yeah, I guess, should I roll for scavenging?
If you would like, yes.
I would like to. Yes.
Would you like some help over there?
Sure.
8 of ice comes across the bridge.
Okay.
Never mind then.
Oh, yeah, I know we were trying to finish a conversation and things just kept happening.
While they're doing this, I'm gonna be trying to go across the bridge to sneak up on the person at the campfire.
Okay. And if you guys want to roll another scavenge check, you can.
Certainly.
And I'm sorry, I saw that bear and I thought you were my boyfriend. That's why I didn't click that right away.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll it? Oop. 21 plus 1d4. 22.
Okay. You find about 6 supply points, a magical rod. You can feel it humming in your hands.
Oh.
And that's about it. There's some books and papers over here. They don't look too important. They're scribbled with stuff that you can't read.
Ben will still gather them up
Oh, you-
with the rod and.
Actually, you
Can I
can't.
read?
No, you can read it, Ben. I'm sorry. I
Oh.
thought it was a different. You could read something else. These are actually like really old spell scrolls.
Oh.
They're in tatters, so they will require some reconstruction and some time, but they look pretty useful.
All right. Then yeah, Ben will definitely gather those up and the
Yep.
rod and help
It-
Edelweiss
Yeah.
carry the rest of the supplies back towards the group.
Yeah, Edelweiss
It-
is definitely carrying the heavier of the things, probably.
Okay.
If there's any literature or readable stuff or things like that, I'd love to take a look at it and see if I can make heads or tails out of it. After all, it kind of is my area of expertise.
Okay. And you're trying to sneak up on this person at this campsite.
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
I'm so I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna prepare a knife, and I'm going to say, whoever you are, if you move, I'm going to put this knife right between your shoulder blades.
Okay.
What?
So as you say that, you feel something happen. They disappeared as you were saying it, like they were some kind of ghost.
Oh shit.
And they're actually over here.
Over where? Oh hell.
Mm-hmm. And the voice, feminine, says, "No, that was not very courteous to begin with." And she is looking at you with bright, glowing green eyes.